Hello and welcome back to another episode of Riven, where I don't know. I'm sort of at a loss. I know what we're working on at least, and I think we want to go back and try to get the submarine. Has to be able, like, there has to be a way to get it back, right? Let's just go back, work on that. If you don't get that to work, and we'll try to figure some more things out. I don't know. It'll be all good. This is the wrong place. Still wonder if I can shred anything here. Doesn't make sense. Whatever though. I have to climb up here and go here. And hit escape twice because I don't want to watch that now. No, get out. Get out. There you go. Okay, so we go back into the village. Alright, this guy, whatever. Go away, leave me alone. We need to get close enough to this thing to make sense of it. So this is not here. Can I call it? There has to be a way to reset it, right? It can't just be stuck. Help me. Bring me my submarine. Come on, guy. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to keep knocking, though. I can't keep knocking. Oh. Talk to me again. Tell me something. No. Okay. Whatever. Oh, there it is again. Sure. Sweet. That's fine. Maybe I did actually like reset it when I pulled the lever. Did I actually pull it? I think I did last time, or maybe it just resets over time. I'm not sure. Previously it did feel like it just resets after a while when you're not here. Maybe that's just something that happened here. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's back, so we can ride around with it again. We need to figure out how to see that stupid swimming bar. Actually, we need to touch it, so I don't know if that's going to be possible. Yeah, these guys, you know who these guys are. Actually, let me where's the stupid bar? I can never find it quick enough. Here. Right, that's the hornfish. Right, and I just need to like redo everything a couple of times until my brain finally just puts it together, I guess. Does this actually look like the fish? Is this what the fish looks like? This is what the fish looks like, right? Oh, wait. That means that this is the shape of the... this is not the frog shape. This is the shape of the... It is a frog shape, though. Whatever, it is, I guess, whatever. So this is number 2, and it apparently the thing we're looking at looks like this. Okay, let's draw this roughly. Who knew this wasn't just based on sound, but also based on shape? It still looks like a frog to me, not like whatever it is. But okay, fair enough. Get in here. Which way am I facing? I don't know. Let's just go. Where am I now? I'm here. How did I get here? Is there a spot in between? How did I get close enough to this? Ah, is this the shape? Wait, this was like an arrow, right? Almost like an arrow. So that would be number 1. Maybe, actually. There it is. Let me look at it. It's like right to my right here, but I can't look at it. Just disappointing. And right here I would be very close, but I'm also like at the pier here, so I can't really do anything. But looking through this scope thing, we saw this weird shape right here, right? I might have to go back and look at it actually to know what it really looks like. But now we need to figure out the other hints. Just because we need to. Where's the spot again? How do I always forget where that is? It's right here, right? Yeah. So if there's a shape clue here, it has to look like the guys on the beach. Where would that be though? You see something? I don't see anything that looks like anything. Is that an annoying bug? And here? Or here? Maybe there is no clue here? Do you see something? I don't see anything. Maybe there isn't a clue for everything. Whatever. Let's check this right here, I guess. That sounds like the frog, so there would have to be a frog shape here. Is this the frog shape? Maybe that's not the thing. I don't think the frog looks like this. I don't know. Maybe just some of them are like considered to be harder than the others, and so they have a shape along with it as a hint. I do not know. What I do know is I want to try again, see if I can guess it now. Is this open still? It is. Go in there. Go down here. Okay, so 1 will be the one that's almost shaped like an arrow, pointing to the left. And it's in the water. So maybe it's a fish. This one. Then 2 is the scarab beetle thing that has like a weird shape like this. Apparently. 3 is the frog. Which... Where's the frog? Is this the frog? I think that's the frog, I'm not sure. Then 4 is the guys on the beach, which are right here. And 5 is the hornfish, which is this. Yes. Okay. Please be useful. It's a linking book, a working one. Do I want to go in there? There's a big tree with a door. That's a weird looking tree. I guess I'm not really linking to there, I'm just looking at it maybe? Is this where the rebels are? Well, I'm here now. Do I have a way back? No. I just wanted to check if I had a way back. And I got, you know, knocked unconscious again. These guys are not very friendly. I mean, I've just come to visit and they drugged me twice. Oh, only once, really. The first time around they didn't drug me. Just one drugged the other or something.
Killing me. Oh.
Where are we going? What's going on? I'm awake, okay. Where am I though? Empty bowl, it's not very useful. Well, it's locked, I guess I'm a prisoner, makes sense. Someone out there. Let me out. I'm here to help. Nothing I can do. Not sure what this is down there. There's something. Is this a puzzle that I need to solve to get out of here, or is it just like I just need to wait? Okay.
Saya palo. Yapa ay manay yalepo. Miotisay. Bekaretere wirape yelo kene falapo. Tisai. Why te fulupe?
Right, that seemed or sounded like pleading. She wants me to do something with these books. And I think I heard Catherine's name in there, so let's take a look, I guess. What did we get? A sideways book. I linked to Riven a week ago. The smell of the place overwhelmed me moments before I could see anything. With my sight only... I have such a hard time reading this. Partially cleared, I have no idea. I stood motionless, peering through a dim veil. But what is this? I don't know. Which was slowly lifting. There was a violet, violet maybe? I don't know. I can't read this. Why can't I run? I don't know what this says. And someone appeared. Looks like... Why? I don't know. I remember breathing slowly and very deeply, tasting the familiar Riven air, but not recognizing a thing. I must have been hit with the dart right away. I thought it was an insect bite at first. I'm trying to remember it all, but it's... okay. It was difficult, maybe because of the drug. There was a voice, a man I did not recognize stood before me. Riven mess, I have no idea. Though he was wearing the knee dress. Rivenese from Riven, right. But he was wearing the knee dress. He seemed to be talking to me, but the poison was already taking effect. A shadow crept in and I fell asleep. Then there were the many voices, but I understood none of them. Like hundreds of people whispering, I couldn't wake up. No matter, the dream did end, and now to be here with what is this? Whatever. It's been so many years. I didn't realize how much I missed her, like a piece of me that I had forgotten, I'd lost. She's beautiful and so full of warmth, but the years have also left her with a wound which was not there when we were children. I do wish she were more interested. It seems like, and then we click this and read this instead. I write quickly from my prison. Someone will return your book, which the society? No. Something, I don't know. Intercepted upon your arrival. A few questions, after questioning her, I've concluded it was written by Atrus for a very specific purpose. Gehn will desire to see it, although he may have suspicions. If you can find my prison, you will still need the combination to release me. Gehn keeps it in his office. Then I assume we're to signal Atrus. I think I know how it might be done, but don't signal him before I am released. Okay, that's addressed to me. So that's the name of the person that returned the book to us just now. I don't know what this is, but okay. So Catherine knows we're here. She's in the prison. We need to find Gehn's office, get the combination, release Catherine from her prison, and then Catherine will help us signal Atrus so we can get out of here. That's good. Oh man. I do wish she were more interested. It seems like I'm asking all the questions. It's awkward. It's awkward. How? No, I don't know. She asked me where I've been or what I've been doing. This hurts, but I understand it. Their beliefs are born out of ignorance and oppression. They are a gentle people, but they've had their nest destroyed, and now they frantically cling to anything that might serve them, save them. But why have they chosen to cling to me? I'm confused. As a child, I always felt out of place here. I never belonged. They misunderstood me and I couldn't relate to them. But now, I'm overwhelmed by an intense feeling that I owe everything to them and this place. I thought I would never see them again, and yet I'm here. I've been given the second chance, but a second chance at what? Saving them? Fulfilling their prophecies? Being their savior? And some weird drawings. The society? I'm not sure if it says that. It doesn't look like that. Atrus would want me to chronicle all that I've learned. What is that? IT. But what's that? It's not an A, because that's an A. What letter is this? I don't know. I can at least record some of it. It seems that when Atrus and I trapped Gehn in Riven, or on Riven, many years ago, our efforts were witnessed by most of the inhabitants here. Two of the Rivenese even witnessed the confrontation with Gehn at the fissure, where I linked back to Myst, and where Atrus threw himself into the abyss. Of course, they understood little of what they were seeing, but they somehow were able to guess that we had won, that Gehn was no god at all, but only something imposter. Not sure. A false god, and that we had trapped him here on Riven. I always hoped they would deduce the simple truth, but their further conclusions have astonished me. Atrus had stripped Gehn of his power, therefore Atrus must be a true god. As a god, he was choosing me, the spiritual misfit from a Rivenese womb, to be his wife. That doesn't say womb, does it? I'm not sure. I was transcending into deity and would lord over Riven forever. Does the whatever that word is still, I don't know, as they call themselves, were born. A dissident society, sworn enemies of Gehn. Okay, that maybe that name is actually in Gehn's diary too, and I already read it, but I don't remember. I did not know of their beliefs regarding Atrus and myself, and 2 days ago whatever that name is, was for some reason hesitant to tell me. I can't figure out why. I know she doesn't believe these things. Of course, everyone she... I don't know. That I would be aware of my own god status. So they made no effort to inform me. I only realized it at a recent gathering to which I was invited. I sat at the front of a dimly lit and crowded cave as I told the mythical story of my own life, acting out the battle between Atrus, myself, and Gehn at the edge of the fissure. The events had been exaggerated into I don't know, proportions. It was offensive, but I was unable to stop it. I was unable to break the illusion, maybe, which is the very foundation of their hope and purpose, and which has given them courage to band together and rebel against Gehn. Since then, I've learned of other doctrines and beliefs that have evolved, the most disturbing of which is the conviction that one day I would return to Riven and face them? That doesn't make sense. Return to Riven to whatever. Some believe that I will overthrow Gehn, others believe that I will bring them to paradise. I don't know how to deal with this. I fight it myself. I love these people, my only real kindred, but they will not love me as an equal, which hurts me. I would rather be their slave than their master. Over the years, as Gehn's power has become greater and greater, I need to look up what they're called. Ah, man. I can't read it. I don't know why I struggle so much. I usually don't struggle that much with like handwriting. I think it's just like it's blown up, and I don't know. It's just like really hard to read. I'm sorry. Catherine's journal. Maybe there's like a... Yes. Where am I? Over the years. Moiety apparently is what they're called. To free them is what it said up there, not save them. Over the years, as Gehn's power has become greater and greater, the moiety's numbers have grown, and they have become more and more adept at hiding themselves. They now live in a complex network of caves that he still has not discovered. The moiety, for the most part, have completely severed their relationship with any of the Rivenese that chose against joining them, but I hope they've not sacrificed vital limbs in order to remove the cancer. Even Father and Anant are still on the surface in Gehn's domains, and I long to see them, but the dimness shrouds Eti's face every time I've mentioned them. This is where we are right now. Since this break took place, they have interfered with the surface in superficial ways, occasionally sabotaging one of Gehn's constructions or stealing food from the villagers. They wear strange masks and costumes during their short forays into the island's surface and take this regalia very seriously, refusing to be seen by anyone outside the moiety unless they are properly attired. They get much pleasure out of the fact that those on the surface are frightened by these costumes, calling them evil spirits or ghosts. It was during one of these expeditions that they fortuitously rescued me from one of Gehn's guards when I first appeared on the island. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have been delivered to Gehn immediately. I have no doubt that he's now searching for me. Of course, I am now aware that I was fooled. Atrus is not here. I was at first devastated by this realization. Now I'm thankful. He would be in extreme peril here. Also, there's a quiet inner voice, an echoing remnant that wants him far away. I have just witnessed an age dying, gasping its last breath. Today I ventured to the surface to see what has become of this island. I hoped it would not be as bad as the moiety had reported. It was worse. They have become slowly accustomed to its steady decay, but I was devastated. The lips from which the kiss is wrought has foreign words, which for cold breath, cold breath. The womb from which the cry released has suffered hurt, will suffer death. To get to the surface, we had to travel through a complex series of doors and passages. Before the last of these doors, they offered me a weapon, which I accepted, and then a mask. I held the mask in my hands for a while, wondering what sort of terror it might invoke in those members of my family who still live on the surface. But I also knew I must keep my identity hidden from Gehn's ever-vigilant eye, so I accepted it as well. Then, together, we swam a short expanse and emerged out on the surface of the ocean under a rocky overhang. The harsh sunlight made my eyes sting, but the fresh, rich air was exhilarating after these past weeks in the dank caves. The two men with me were silent, communicating only with hand signals. The three of us emerged from our hiding place and made our way to the top of the plateau. At the edge of a thick and overgrown area of the forest, they stopped, peered through the foliage for a moment, and then turned to me as if awaiting my command, but could not respond. In fact, I found it difficult to move. I was smelling, hearing, and breathing my youth. This swept over me in a matter of seconds, but in seconds more, all feeling was gone. There was numbness. That's the trees in the forest. We've been there, right? We did not stay long on the surface, but it was long enough to see the worst. Riven, which was once one island, has split apart into 5 distinct pieces about half a mile apart. 4 of these have been claimed by Gehn as his exclusive domain. Only his ministers and personal militia are ever allowed access to them. From my vantage point at the edge of the forest, I could see 3 of these islands. They are stripped of their former beauty and are riddled with Gehn's self-absorbed constructions. The moiety rarely visits these closely guarded places. There's another island, which I could not see, as it had evidently crept away to a terrific distance. The moiety are very unclear as to what exists on this island, except for the fact that they know it is where the great tree used to exist. The forest is located on the island that the surface dwellers and the moiety still refer to as Riven. But they also still refer to their entire world as Riven. This island is where the village is, which has changed dramatically. It is also the one remaining province of the people. The Gehn's influence can be seen everywhere. That's the 4 islands. The starting island. Then this is the village and the trees, and this is... don't know which one that is actually. Okay, this is the 3rd and this is the 4th one, right? This is a lot of text. Of course I know the reason for the fracturing of the island. The moiety do not. Gehn wrote this place and it will die, as all of Gehn's ages eventually die. I feel nothing today. I am nothing. I live in a cave on a dying world, inhabited by people that... They are treating me so strangely. They don't know how to relate to a god. I'm still an outcast here. They whisper amongst themselves, talking of my bravery during my excursion to the surface. How I walked across the island, bold and unafraid. They don't know me. Even Nettie is uncomfortable around me at times. At times there is no awkwardness and I'm only Catherine to her, but at other times I'm something else. I am afraid. There's such a gaunt numbness inside me. Today I do not feel closeness with my people, neither am I offended by their worship of me. I do not hate Gehn. I don't feel anything. I'm not even sure of, but it's crossed out. At least Nela is still close. I'm boiling. I am. Gehn is making and writing books. I wish they had told me sooner. Atrus should have realized this would happen, of course. Gehn would have written all of the materials necessary to the unique craft of making books into his age, and probably every other age he ever wrote. He is attempting to write his way out of here. We did not imprison him, we only delayed him. This age has become his factory, and the people are his machines, all laboring in his mad pursuit to become a god, to carry on his noble Deni cause. So far, he has not been able to produce a fully functional book. Atrus has never believed in destiny, but I don't know what else to call it. It's too perfect, it's too much of a coincidence. They hang on to my every word. Though they do not understand them, I am their hope, and now I have returned. I owe this to them, there is no choice. That's the telescope on the island. Give me the combination. Give me the combination. It's been a long time since my last entry. It is hard to recognize, but I have found a star fissure. It is located on the island which the Rivenese call Aleppo, meaning water pool, but which is referred to by the moiety as Aletwan, meaning pool of stars. Having once allowed Atrus to escape this age without leaving an open door behind us, it has since been sealed with a skin of heavy iron. A crude telescope has been mounted over a locked viewport, the combination to which was acquired by the moiety before my arrival. Yes. Yes. Time to write down the code. It's 1, 5, 4, 1, 2. That doesn't make sense, does it? Maybe it does. Let's double check this. 1, 5, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, it does make sense, I guess. Doesn't have to be whatever. In the early days, the moiety seeking an escape from Riven briefly pursued the idea of reopening the fissure. They discovered a small mechanical stop to prevent the scope from hitting the portal window. Ultimately, however, they decided against opening it. Okay. I hate to think what would have happened to them if they had not left it alone. I've instructed them to stay away from it. I'm almost certain that, with the decayed state of the islands, opening the fissure now would be disastrous. That's probably how we signal Atrus, so we just need Catherine out of her prison now, and then do this, and then we're done. It's super easy, right? I've heard that in the days immediately following Gehn's confinement on Riven, he attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure. For he had seen the Myst book fall from Atrus' hands into the very same space. To this end, he would have people, alleged transgressors of the law, thrown into it so that he could observe their fate. The telescope, which still stands there, is one he had built for these callous experiments. It is said that they did not die. I think I skipped too early there, whatever. It is said that they did not die, but what became of them remains a mystery. It appears that the limits of Gehn's optics prevented him from learning their fate. The starfield beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. This is how Atrus explained it after he had fallen into it. But much more than that we've never understood, and we were never able to conclude upon its origins. But the visions tell me that it was born out of the will of the Maker, perhaps for some greater purpose that we cannot yet understand. I still remember Atrus' words from his journal. I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse. There must be some greater reason behind it. I neglected to mention it earlier. The unique shape of one of the great daggers which appeared during our escape from Riven, the very dagger that stands vertically at one end of the Aletwan, has been adopted by the moiety as the symbol of the cause. It is a sacred symbol for them. It is the representation of all of their doctrine, and the representation of me. To deface this symbol is sacrilege. They have their own mythical explanation regarding its sudden origins. I haven't told them that I wrote it into this age along with all the other daggers. It's strange how such a young religion can be unbending, even to their own god. Where was I? I have tried to dissuade them of the notion that symbols contain so much power. The enemy uses this paranoia against them. They are fearful of Gehn's symbol and are terrorized by his symbolic use of the wark. Whatever wark is. But they don't want to hear this from me. Perhaps my attempts have been caused some of the younger members of the moiety to doubt that I am Catherine. My rare encounters with those who say they follow Gehn have been discouraging. I've hoped to have some communication with the surface villagers, but they always flee from me. But I've heard news of some of the villagers' beliefs regarding Gehn. Soon after we trapped Gehn on Riven, he claimed that he was responsible for the daggers, placing them around the island as a reminder of their failure. In the village circles, it is told that this was a punitive act performed by Gehn to mark the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, if they have proven their devotion to him, they will be delivered onto a new and better existence. I will continue to try to reach them. The door is open and Gehn is free. Gehn has the ability to create working books. In fact, he had written one age before I arrived, but has kept his accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest ministers were aware until now. I'm not sure, perhaps he has written others. Other news. A few years ago, before the moiety were forced into hiding, one of them managed to steal what appeared to be a test book that Gehn had intended to destroy. It had been partially written, but did not work. Didn't tell me about it until now because they thought it was useless. Yeah, whatever. This is where we are. But where am I here now? This is too much. My brain's breaking here. Back then, none of Gehn's books worked, but instead of correcting the problem at its source, he blamed it on the impure wood of the Riven forest and proceeded to engineer a cumbersome mechanical remedy, a complex series of domes. To heal his book's inherent flaws. One of the consequences of this crude solution, however, was that the domes demanded huge amounts of energy and the related problems delayed his success for quite some time. At last, however, he finished his work and was finally able to link to an age, but he kept his success extremely well hidden. However, for some reason or another, belligerent pride, he has made modifications to the domes which make it obvious that he's using the domes to breathe life into his half-dead books. Perhaps he means to lure us into using the books in the domes. He can't believe that we would blindly swallow this suicidal bait. But he wouldn't know that we have one of his books, the stolen burnt book. There's a possibility of have read burnt book. Age it describes would be unsuitable as new home for the moiety. Must be modified. I will dream. Have requested a group to solve combination that will open the domes. Once open, we can power the burnt book. I do not think Gehn will interfere. He will leave the bait. Not sure what this is, or like this is very just where outside there. I don't know what this is. I have begun writing the moiety's age. Now must acquire a second book from Gehn. There's tension, a strain blurs my vision, and nightmares. Nela and Eddie stay close. Nearing the end here. Much has happened. Almost everything is prepared. We've stolen another book, but I'm concerned. Gehn will miss it. We have also discovered the combinations for entering the domes, but we have not discovered the method for powering them. Yeah, that's what I have too. I'm working on the powering part, though. I'm pretty sure that's what the colored, like, little bars are. By powering our burnt book with Gehn's domes, we will be able to link to this age, but we will only have access to the domes for a short of time, really? For a short of time, yeah, that's what it says. before we are discovered. Therefore, we can only use the domes once. I must find another way to make the books work. The gateway images in Gehn's books and our burnt book ore seem to share the same sickness. If they are not powered, the images are black. It might be possible to clear the vision with only... Yes, the book. Look into it. War write substance into the moiety age. Will write. I can't even read the clear text now. This is so much. But I'm gonna finish this. R is ready. Now all we can do is wait for word from the Moitior-esque, I have no idea, who are on the lookout for Gehn to power and use the domes. When he does that, we will have access to one of Gehn's domes just long enough. After linking to the age which I've written, I only have to locate the book window's substance and refine or adapt it. Laying this window over the gateway image should heal the books and make them work. This will allow me to use the second stolen book and return to Riven with more of the book windows. We will then no longer have to rely on Gehn's clumsy domes. I laugh at these plans. I sound like Atrus. I'm risking my life, but I feel no fear, only anxiety. Perhaps it is the source of my nightmares, the fissure. Like a great wound is opened. It stains the riven soil with blood. I hoard the moiety knife. The voices grow so loud. For their part, the moiety have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. It is the fulfillment of their prophecy, but they are also fearful and tense. I don't know what they will think or do if I fail. It is done. It seems too good to be true. I feel like it's all still a dream. We have already evacuated all of the moiety into this new age. It is beautiful and I am pleased. At least my people will live in safety and comfort. They stand under the bare sky, unafraid and dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. They have named it Tay. So that's where we are right now. There's still much to be done. We are not protected yet. The only way to completely safeguard this place is to destroy the book which links to here from Riven, but I do not even know how to bring this up to the moiety. They will be extremely reluctant about destroying their only link to Riven. I share this hesitation. I would be cutting off my only connection, but for their sake it must be done. I'm anxious to know if our activities have aroused Gehn's suspicions. If so, we must act quickly. Even so, I feel that now we are impregnable. Tomorrow I will return to Riven to see Gehn's reaction for myself, but tonight I finally rest. That's it. Wow. Ugh. Alright, and then we also got this, which is a linking book back to Riven, presumably, right? So, all we need to do is...
Sirapo. Ibuko mobuko wisipo. Na vene. Tapo mo revene beno. Now, Katerine ne. Wisifa polo ya sepe yai.
Okay. Don't know what he got right there. Another linking book. That goes back to Riven. I think that about does it for today though. Man, that was a lot of reading, but we have a much better understanding of what's going on here now. We know what we need to do. We need to free Catherine. We need to find her prison. I'm not sure if I need to actually activate... I probably need to activate all the domes. So that's what we're doing. We are activating the domes by... I'm pretty sure matching the colors to the different islands. I still don't know really how to do that, but we'll figure it all out. But that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.